Hi loves, welcome back to Lavendaire. Today I'm going to take you through my evening routine, showing you how I unwind at the end of the day with some relaxing activities to do before bed. After a day working from home, I like to leave my office to make a physical distinction that I'm done working and ready to chill. So I usually head to the living room to watch some TV and hang out with Wilson. You never do this. You never sit like this. Too hot to handle. Oh, that looks so bad. Oh my god. Okay, but actually we're usually doing our own things because we have different tastes in shows, so my relaxing time usually looks like this. Me snacking on the couch watching Terrace House or something like that. Then I'll pop into the shower to physically rinse off the day. A quick shower is so relaxing and really helps my mind unwind. It really helps to set that intention to wash off any worries, stress, or tense energy from my day. Then I allow myself to come out with a refreshed mind and body. Now onto skincare. First, I'm spraying a rose toner all over my face and neck. Then I'm applying this glass skin serum. I like to start by gently patting it all over my face, and then eventually I work up to like slapping the products in. I originally wanted to do this ASMR style, but I realized how loud and obnoxious the slapping actually is. But that is how you get the products to sink in. Next, I'm applying a retinol eye cream. I learned that your late 20s are a great time to start using retinol to reduce wrinkles, so this is life now. Then I'm finishing it all off with a generous layer of this lightweight moisturizer by Belief. Thanks Belief for sponsoring this video. So this is the True Cream Aqua Bomb Aloe Vera by Belief. Belief is a clean K-beauty brand best known for their popular True Cream Aqua Bomb moisturizer. Well, this is their new limited edition aloe vera version with the same burst of hydration as the Aqua Bomb, but an extra boost in cooling and soothing properties. With its smooth gel cream texture, Aqua Bomb Aloe Vera feels like a drink of water for dull, dry skin. I love how hydrating and cooling it feels. It's lightweight, non-greasy, and absorbs quickly. Because of that, I like to apply generously and even add an additional layer for extra glowy skin. To learn more about Belief's True Cream Aqua Bomb Aloe Vera, check the link in the description below. I feel like my consistent skincare routine is paying off because my skin is doing so well lately. Maybe it's the extra sleep or less stress in quarantine or even just drinking a lot of water plus skincare, but honestly, I am just so proud of myself. My skin looks so good right now. Alright, so on to the relaxing exercises that I'll do before bed. By the way, I don't usually do all of these in one night. I'll just alternate and pick what to do depending on how I feel. First, I'm doing some stretches while deep breathing throughout. So I'm starting with a side body stretch, and I love this stretch. It feels so good. Then I'm doing a little back bend with cactus arms. I'm doing some twists, and this is just fun to do. I think it's one of those old Asian lady exercises that Ali Wong talks about. Next, I'm doing some slow neck circles and stretches. I love the feeling of stretching my neck. I love stretching the back of my neck, and my neck is the type that always cracks when I'm stretching it, so I feel like I need to give it some extra love because there's always tension there. Then some shoulder rolls going backwards and forwards. And here I might look really silly, but I am shaking out my wrists. So because I'm always working on the computer for hours on end, my wrist joints are all cracky. Can you hear them? So shaking out my wrists helps release that tension, and this is actually an exercise that prevents carpal tunnel. Next, I'm going into forward fold and a little bit of ragdoll. If you're in yoga, you know what that means. It just means you're letting your upper body hang and allowing your spine to decompress. So you can keep your knees slightly bent for this pose. It doesn't have to be straight knees, but it just feels so good. You're releasing the tension in your back. Then I'll get into tabletop position and do some cats and cows, which just means rounding and arching your back while breathing in and breathing out slowly. So this is also really good for just back flexibility. Then I'm flowing it into a down dog, and that concludes our little stretch session tonight. The next exercise that I do more consistently and I really enjoy doing is legs up the wall pose. This is super easy. You just lay on your bed, put your legs up the wall. I try to get to as close to 90 degrees as possible, and I put a pillow under me for support. This pose has so many benefits, including improving circulation, helping you relax, helping with anxiety, arthritis, digestive problems, insomnia, varicose veins, and so much more. So I usually do this for about 15 minutes while either playing games or being on my phone. I'm usually multitasking with the other exercises I'll share soon while doing legs up the wall. But if you want, you can also make this a meditative exercise and close your eyes and focus on your breath while laying there for 15 minutes. The next exercise that I want to share is called toe tapping, and this is a meditative exercise to help you also circulate and move energy, and it's actually surprisingly very relaxing. What you do is you lay down with your palms facing up, and then you tap your toes together, and you notice you have to rotate your entire legs to do this. You don't have to tap the same point in your toes. You can switch it up, angle your feet in different ways to just tap different areas of your foot if that makes you happy. So while you're tapping your toes, breathe deeply throughout the whole exercise. This is an exercise with roots in Eastern healing. So I learned this from the book The Solar Body by Il-Chi Lee. He's the founder of Body and Brain Yoga, and they have studios all over the world. But anyway, this exercise helps increase your body temperature and circulation to the legs. It's so helpful for calming your busy mind, and it also helps with insomnia. So try doing this for about 3 minutes and then stop. And once you relax, you'll notice this tingly feeling in your legs and your feet, and it's like the best part of this exercise because it's so relaxing. And what I like to do is I like to imagine negative energy flowing out through my toes just to add like an extra benefit. So you can repeat this exercise or you can do it in longer sets if you want. I don't really count how long I do it for, maybe like 5 minutes at a time, but it really helps me fall asleep easier. So I mentioned earlier that I like to multitask while doing legs up the wall, and one of the things that I would do is record my day in the Day One journaling app. So if you followed me for a while, you know that I have used this app for so many years. I first started using it in 2012, and I think maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I started using it to record every single day of my life. Basically, I just upload some photos that represent my day, and I jot down notes on what happened that day. And I make it a point to not miss a day because I just like to have a record of my life. Although it seems like a lot of work, I actually only do this maybe once or twice a week because I can generally remember what I did like a couple days ago. So I just catch up every few days. But if you ask me like what I did 2 weeks ago on a Tuesday, I'll have no idea what I did. I really have to look at what I wrote down. Next, I like to review the goals that I've written down in my phone. So I'll go over my yearly goals, my vivid vision, and a couple other things like my purpose, who I am, gentle reminders, and positive affirmations. So I've done many videos on all of these exercises on envisioning and manifesting your dream life. I'll link that playlist in the card and down below, but it's called Vision Exercises. And lastly, tonight I decided to pull up a book that I never really finished reading. It's called 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think. And I really enjoyed this book, but it's written in just short essays that are maybe 2 to 3 pages long. So it's one of those books that's really easy to pick up and start reading from any point. You don't feel like you're missing out if you don't finish the book. And the essays are really thought-provoking and mind-opening, and I think it's definitely worth your time. Finally, after all of that, I am relaxed, my day is done, and I'm ready to turn off the lights and go to bed. Hope you enjoyed watching this one, and let me know what else you want to see from me in the next coming weeks. Love you so much. Bye.